Hello. Once more, I'm going to be going live as part of my own personal therapy process, sorting out and going through my own sort of social baggage that holds me back and getting to the root of things and cutting it out so I can live a more conscious and efficient life. I wanted to put a pin in kind of the progression to the past for a second. I can get back to that in a while. Of course, continue that story and focus for a second on the present. So what have I been doing in the present? Well, for those who have been concerned about my health, understand I have already begun the process. I've been, poked and prodded and analyzed and all that kind of stuff. I've come up with a clean bill of health. The prescription is more creative expression, exercise, which I've been doing, nutritional, of course, and de-stressing as much as possible. So all those things kind of combine into the de-stressing for me. Like, hello, everyone. Good to see you. Hello, Asia. So I'm doing well with even just a few days away from work, and my doc did sign off completely. He basically said, how much time do you need? And I said, well, let's start off with 2 weeks so I can at least decompress enough to explore my options. So I've been working on projects, been networking with people. I've been kind of like getting my house cleaned up, like basic shit like that, just getting caught up and doing it in a relaxed and decompressed, non-urgent manner so that I can, very slowly get to things, relax, take my time. And that's allowed me to breathe. So I am doing well. I am under observation. I have other appointments lined up, but I'm also meeting a lot of people. And one of the things I'm working on right now with some friends, including my own psychiatrist, which if you were in our sessions, most of it would be about like just talking about this, about like creating more efficient ways to deal with mental health and teaching people to be able to self-assess and be mindful and kind of go through that process with or without a need for a counselor. And I've been pioneering this this concept that I'm calling tentatively holographic archetypal therapy, or HAT for short. Because essentially what you're doing is you're using your imagination to put on the hat of any archetype that you can reference from history or fiction. It doesn't matter if it's modern or archaic, just whatever that archetype represents to you, and put that archetype on and use it as kind of a reflection to look back on yourself from an outsider's point of view and explore who you are without that kind of pain of self-reflection, So I can explain more about how that works, how the holographic element works. It does tie into my experiments with lucid dreaming and other sorts of self-healing processes that I've come up with. And I want to share that with anyone who's having any kind of trouble with like negative biofeedback in any sort of way and just is done with the pharmaceutical industry. Like follow along and tell other people to follow along if that is your passion, because I'm going to get all into that. Like I have now cured 2 and working on a 3rd incurable disease using these processes, and I'm just still coming up with the terms and definitions to create the science of it, but I'm living proof that it works. I've been experimenting with other people who've given me like invaluable data to work with just by being that reflection for me and having an idea person to be able to throw ideas off of. Tara, you have been just absolutely fundamental and fantastic in this regard. Please take a bow, pat yourself on the shoulder, give yourself a hug and a kiss. I don't know, do a sexy dance, whatever feels good, because you deserve it. And I cannot thank you enough for helping out with this process and being able to give me context so that I can like write it down and create the terminology and create the processes for other people to be able to use. So that's where I am. Working on a lot of different projects, still animation, local theater projects, local web shows I'm getting together, slowly building up my home studio, piece of equipment at a time, you know, kind of doing it the ghetto way, as they say. And I can say that because I have lived in the ghetto. So that gives me, you know, that is like total street cred right there. So believe that. So before I sign off, anyone have any specific questions that I haven't seen? I'll go back through the chat real quick. Usually I think people are just checking in to see what's up. But if anyone wants to know anything that's going on, you know, go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning if you haven't. And I will continue to put these out at no particular time of day, just, you know, when the spirit moves me. So with that said, everyone have a great rest of your weekend, and I will be in touch in this manner.